Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to David at Go to Hobbies. Right, you have to excuse me. I've got a few dogs in the room and some birdies. So if you hear some strange noises, snoring, tweeting, it's not me or my stomach. So that being said, we'll carry on. Right, this morning I want to talk about our politicians and this Muppet government. Right, we thought it was bad when we've got Starmer, Rachel Reeves, Angela Rayner, and the stupid David Lammy. Now what we've got no more Angela Rayner. Yeah! Thank fucking hell, though she's gone. But she's not gone, is she? She's just, yeah. And then you got David Lammy. It just gets from bad to worse to terrible. Labour is an absolute farce. It's an absolute joke of a government. I've never in my life seen, excuse me, such an incompetent, excuse my language, fucked up government. I'm not kidding you. They've got politicians that they haven't got a clue of, no common sense, and they've just got their heads stuck up their backsides. There's no cohesion. There's no people, what's the word I'm looking for? Let's rephrase this. It's more like, who can we piss off next? I just can't understand. I know I've made videos about different things about this government and the lack of everything else and anything else, but it's just mind-boggling, stupid, absolutely ridiculous, and you would not have ever thought in your life that we'd have a government so hated, so despised, and it's not just that, it's everything they're doing. And it's not only that, it's the king as well. What has happened to this government? Why is the people seeing such useless, utterly incompetent Prime Minister and politicians running this government? It's an absolute farce. You wouldn't believe, excuse me, you wouldn't believe people died to make this country so great and it to be destroyed. You wouldn't believe that they're destroying it like they are. That's what I'm trying to say. Because it absolutely begs belief. You cannot think, I don't know. I'm literally lost for words of the stupidity, the total incompetence of this government. And there's nothing that I believe they won't do. They're using the police. They're using powers to overturn, tried to overturn the court decision to close the migrant hotels. It's almost like going against the grain, going against the people. We'll do it our way. Well, I'll tell you something now, and this is the honest truth. We have seen, excuse the bird, we have seen Labour at its full potential of absolutely mindless morons. I think once this government has been got out of these Labourites, communists, and you think to yourself, never ever again we shall ever see Labour in government. I think, to be honest with you, the Conservatives are bad, but they're nowhere as such a utter incompetent government like Labour is. It goes to a point where you think the Conservatives were absolutely decimated in the local council elections, and not only at the council elections, at the general election, but Labour got an overall majority, and almost that are in a position where they can sort of, bulldoze through Parliament what they want. And we've seen what this government is capable of doing. And the people of this country are rising up and they're saying, we have had it. We are at our we're at the last straw with them, right? People are hanging up Union Jacks, the St George's Cross, they're painting on roundabouts. I don't condemn it because it's patrioticness and it's for the British people. It's almost like the government is an alien entity. And I don't mean that in a perhaps misunderstood way. I just mean that as that they are going against the British people's wishes, the British people's values, the British people's communities. It just seems that the Labour government is just destroying the communities, the values and people's beliefs of the UK and allowing foreign nationals into this country without doing sod all about it and letting them running amok. And they've made it, well, I think, quite clear that the foreign nationals have a priority over British citizens. Is this absolute start raving bloody mad or what? But anyway, going back to what I was saying, now we've seen Labour at its full potential. They will never, ever, ever live this down. This will be the end of Labour because I'll tell you now, this from me, and I'll make sure that people I speak to understand what Labour have done by keeping making these videos and talking to people. And I'll tell you what, the people I speak to think, excuse my language, that he's an absolute wanker and a prize prick. One or other choice for words. There is a video on YouTube going on there at the moment. I started watching it and they use the F word and the W word in conjunction. But the point I'm trying to make is, and he's riding a shark in the water. But it's, for me, it's not, yeah, it's entertaining, but you get to a point, it just gets repetitive. But when hey, shut up. Trying to get a word in edgeways with the birds. But what gets me is this, right? Our grandparents fought in the war, right, to save this country, laid down their lives, for the fellow human beings. Some were just lads, even younger than 16. They went and lost their lives to make so we can have our today. They gave their tomorrow for our today, and it gets me there. That's where it gets me. And to think we're being betrayed by this Labour government. But I'm going to say it, but don't give a fucking toss about any of us. And this is why the people are up in arms against the government. Because they have absolutely betrayed us. It's almost like they are ripping the heart out of the lion of the UK. That's how bad it is. I can't express in words the amount of hatred I have for this government and these politicians and what they're doing to us. I will describe it as like a total betrayal, and I feel, I wouldn't say angry, I'd say frustrated and annoyed to think what they've done to us. It's done to everyone, not just me. It's done to everyone, and allowed what's happened to carry on. Who in their right minds would let this country into such almost a civil war, unrest, and almost into anarchy? It's almost like if 100 years, 200 years ago, people would be out with pitchforks, people would be rising up. They'd out this government. They would. They'd march on the whatever it was in those days, and they'd flipping sort them out. But what we've got nowadays is a load of wet lettuces, a load of people that are so divided. But this is bringing our nation together because at the end of the day, people all have the same thought, and that is, excuse my language, what the fuck are they doing to us? They really are. And it's not only what they're doing to us, it's what they're doing to the country. We are now the laughing stock of the world. This government knows no bounds. I mean, we see what China's done, and what did Starmer do? He went to China, cup in hand, and got a bleeding trade deal, or whatever it was they did. And this David Lammy giving away the Chagos Islands. It just goes on and on and on. Excuse the language, the bullshit they come out with, the absolute mindless stuff they've done. I could understand if it was just one or two things. Ask Jeremy Clarkson, right? Look at the presenters on TV, yeah. What Jeremy Vine and the rest of them, yeah. They are saying what people think about this government. How many more people will it take and say to this government, we don't want you. We want a general election. We want you fucking gone yesterday. Excuse my language. But it's true. We're absolutely fucked off to our back teeth, and we are, don't it make your blood, it does make blood boil, but you just think to yourself, if I lose my rag, I've lost it. I've lost the plot. Well, I won't. But I'll put my energy into making videos for you to tell you how I feel and what they're doing to this country. And a little bit more before I go. I know it's a long video, but thank you for sticking with me if you got this far. What Starmer did to his to the government reshuffle, and you think to yourself, "Oh, Jesus Christ! It's gone bad to absolutely insane." That is where we are now. We have gone to an insane government. You just cannot believe this. Anyway, I'm 64, knocking on 65, and I really am gobsmacked of what this government is doing and has done. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Please like, share and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. And sorry for the noise in the background of the birds. It's not so much the dogs, it's the birds. And they're kicking off as always. So thanks everyone. Take care from one noisy room. Bye.